a good job with the transition. Oh, poor kid, seriously. She sure is bursting with something. Show and tell, hi guys, I'm Judy, and today I'm going to be watching Fruits Basket Season 1. Well, kind of rewatching, to be honest. Fruits Basket Season 1, Episode 4. And in the last episode, we focused on more of, the opposition between Kyou and Yuki and the fact that they are, jealous of each other and they see the good in each other and, everything that they're not good at in comparison, and they hate each other for it. While Tooru just kind of stands on the outside and, admires both of them for their good, for their positive traits. Anyway, and Kagura made her appearance at the end there, so let's, this episode is going to revolve around her. And I remember enjoying it the first time, but I don't remember how it went at all. So let's get into it. If you want to check out my reactions up to episode 19, you are welcome to do so on my Patreon by supporting me. And in any case, I hope you enjoyed this reaction. Don't forget to like, subscribe if you aren't, leave a comment, and support the original content. And let's get into it. Wrestling with some chops. They did a good job with the transition. Sure. I knew it was coming. It was still. I think that I've become kind of less comfortable with just violence as comedy. Okay, so just to give a little bit of a disclaimer on that statement, it's not that I don't find any violence funny. Sometimes it does work for me. And even when it doesn't work for me, sometimes I find it funny, and at the same time I feel uncomfortable by it. I feel kind of guilty for finding it funny. But that is not to say that I'm trying to make this kind of pronouncement on how anyone should feel about this. Definitely not. It's really subjective, I find. I think it's, it depends on your kind of experience in life and what you find funny and what you don't find funny. So it's kind of I think in a way it's kind of pointless to try to kind of tell others what they should feel about anything. In any case, I do want to point out that the violence here that I find especially annoying is the violence between Kagura and Kyou. And I think that is mostly because it's a girl against a boy, which makes me feel it's unequal. He can't return the favor, quote unquote. So it kind of feels she can hit him and it's played super over the top and he can't really do anything about it. So I don't like that dynamic. Not to imply that if he could hit her back, that would make it better. I don't think so. I think the nature of the dynamic here, because it involves romance, supposedly, just makes it feel manipulative and uneven as far as I can, verbalize my dislike. And I guess I'll talk about this more at length later if I feel like it. We'll see. We'll see if it makes me uncomfortable. Because it's so over the top though. I don't know. No, it's not okay! Oh, poor Kyou, honestly. Also, yes, Kyou's my favorite, so of course I will be overprotective and rush to defend him at every point. Well, little kids is one thing. You knew it, Oh, it's horrible, honestly it is. Oh my goodness. She looks so... Feel free to fill in the blank. Let's see when you're happy. Poor kid, seriously. How should you have realized? Yuki appreciation time. Oh wow. Shigure. It's really horrible. She's sure is bursting with something. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Seriously, this is too much. How? Oh goodness. Obviously I still find it funny, but I just... But like... Oh my goodness, she's so over the top in everything. Like he doesn't learn. There is an ending. Oh my goodness. You already said you will forgive whatever, I don't know, indiscretions that he has. You don't say. It's not about that though. You also like him as a person. He's so cute. Oh my goodness. Oh, jeez. I know why I like this. I like that they like. I mean, obviously everyone becomes friends with Tooru. It's sweet because he saw our other rivals for. Yeah, you know that's the problem. Not every girl. Okay.
強いに決まってるだろ。師匠の手にかかればクソ雪だってボロボロだ。山での修行も厳しかったけど、すごく充実した毎日だったぜ。明日が来るのが待ち遠しかった。次はどんなことを教えてもらえるのか、どれくらい強くなれるのか、考えるだけでワクワクしたんだ。
So real talk for a minute, and this might be a little spoilery, so if you don't want to like hear this, if you haven't finished watching the show, then you should probably skip. But I've been rewatching the scene like a few times by now, and I always find myself wondering what the hell is going through Kyo's mind here. Like, I think at some point in the manga, he actually says that he has been lying all this time. But when you look at his face and you look the way that he's acting here, it just seems like so genuine, the way that he's so happy. I'm thinking that maybe, you know, there is a part of him that, you know, really tried to suppress everything, I guess, as much as he could at this point. And he was just genuinely happy about, you know, talking about Chisho, because we know why Shishou is awesome. But like really just like focusing only on that and being able to be like so excited about that when in all honesty he was talking about the darkest, you know, part of his life pretty much. So that's like, I don't know, like it always, every time I see this scene, you know, after knowing the story, I'm always like kind of, I don't know what to think, you know. It's harsh.
女のお前には退屈な話だ。
そんなことないです。物理の話などされると何も仕方ありませんが、でも武術は全く興味がないわけではなく、技だって少しなら知ってます。右ストレート。
下手くそ。
So adorable. They're so adorable together. I can't. Like he brings out such a cute side of him. What is Shaku? Oh, she made a right back.
京くんのだけ目玉焼きが乗ってる。そういつも食らうかってんだよ。Kagura!
It exploded.
おはようございます。何かご用ですか？長官を届け忘れて。
しぐれさんわかりました。神楽さんの正体はイノシシ年です。
いや、変身してから言われても、しかもそんな勝ち誇った顔して。
Hey, he fixed his tie pretty well by himself.
京くんは素敵なところをいっぱい持ってるんですよね。だから私も神楽さん。京くんの浮気だ。私も神楽さんみたいに好きな方の素敵なところを見つけられる人になりたいです。って言うと、私のような褒められちゃった。服を着ろ。秘密基地に新しい野菜を加えるのですか？
I don't think it's very secret anymore.
私大好きです。
好きだと思ったから。遅刻すんぞ。
Like it's funny that it's like pretty natural for them to walk together now, because I'm sure the Kyou and Yuki don't want to walk together, but they kind of do it because of Tooru.
京くんのこと、相馬くんのこと、好きなもの嫌いなもの、もっときちんと分かりたいって思います。おじいさん。勘違いをしていました。いつかあのお家を出ていく居候の身でしたのに。
But you forgot.
家族になれるような勘違いをしていました。
Because you felt like it was a family. It was becoming a family. Alright. I know why I liked this episode at the time when I watched it, because it's a little different. Like, they took, you know, I don't remember in the manga if, you know, all the things they had there were already mentioned in the manga at the same time. But I think it's like they kind of, like, they added more kind of, you know, like Kagura's memories of Kyou and stuff. Like, that was adorable. I like that. And just like, yeah, they just kind of, you know, focused on Kagura's story here and expanded on it a little. So I enjoyed that at the time because I was, you know, I watched them pretty, I mean, not exactly at the same time, but I, you know, I was kind of like, it was more fresh in my mind, like the original anime, because I was kind of rewatching it at the same time. And here it felt like they did something really different. Like the same, but like different. I don't know. Yeah, I know I liked it. But it's definitely like, but by this point, I mean, the violence is definitely not as fun as it used to be. Like I used not to care about that at all because I know that it was a joke, and it still is a joke, obviously. But it's like it's more, it's something that didn't age well. Like it's not something that you. Well, in anime, honestly, I don't know. It's still a thing. I mean, obviously they adapted it like 4 years ago. It was still a thing, but I think it's becoming less widely accepted, I guess. And I mean, the manga was written a long time ago, so What can you do? And it's still like, it made me laugh because it's like, I mean, you know, we see like the way that Kagura, like her personality is shown through that. Like it's not really about the violence, it's about her personality. It's also, I mean, it's just like, you know, just like every time she starts, you know, punching him, he ends up looking like a, I don't know, a bone sack. I don't know, a poor guy, seriously. The thing was that, you know, I think what, you know, I don't like about this depiction, like the most prevalent thing I don't like about it, I guess, is the fact that we, you know, we're kind of made to see it from Kagura's point of view, and we're kind of made to feel for her and like understand her. And fair enough, that's the point of this whole, like every time Toru is, you know, she's trying to understand the other person, and you know, and we see just her kindness shining through. But here, you know, it's just, I mean, yeah, fair enough, but like Kyou, you know, he has every right to not want her to hit him, like punch him to death pretty much every time that he, you know, doesn't agree with her, and he's, you know, he's telling her no, he's telling her he doesn't want her, like he, you know, it's just not, it's not comfortable. And she's like, not like, Tori's looking at it like, oh my god, she loves you so much, that's so incredible, but at the same time it's like, but he doesn't want you know, like we don't get, like we see, I mean, I guess it's taken for granted that of course Kyou doesn't want her. Like who would want someone like that to, you know, to be with? But you don't have to be extremely violent or extremely over the top for someone not to want you to like them, you know, like, or not to want you to, you know, force yourself on them. Like it's made to feel like, oh, this is so funny, like she's pushing herself on him and he doesn't want to because she's crazy. But it doesn't matter if she's crazy or not, you know? I mean, yeah, obviously it does, because obviously it makes it very clear that why he doesn't want to be with her or anything. But like, you know, it's not okay for you to just, you know, force yourself on someone. And I get that she's like acting like a child and stuff or whatever, but like seriously, I mean, she's supposed to be older than them. And yeah, obviously she grows from this. This is like, yeah, okay, we'll get there when we get there. But as far as it goes right now, like I can't be on Kagura's side. Like I understand that. I mean, there is something here, like nuanced here, that I like about the fact that, you know, you liked someone. You know, Kyou used to adore her, I guess, in some way, because she would be like, she was the only one who agreed to play around with him, and he was desperate for someone to care. So of course he liked her as a child, and she grew up with that, you know, and it's important to her. She still feels it, and she feels it very strongly, and she doesn't know how to, you know, hold herself back. So that's definitely a problem that she has to deal with. I mean, and later we see how this evolves and stuff. And I do like, you know, Kagura. I do like what she goes through. But just initially, just as the way this is portrayed, we're made to feel like Kagura is kind of not in the right, but just kind of like, we're made to feel like, oh, Kagura loves him so much. It's such an honor, you know? Like, yes, but it's also not fun to have someone who likes you and will like and you don't feel the same way, and you, or something, and you just, like, they don't listen, you know? Like, they force themselves on you. It's very uncomfortable. And this is all played for laughs, because obviously this is not serious, because, like, she's crazy or something, you know? Anyway, you know, I end up feeling for, like, I do like Kagura, but here she's too much. She's too much, and I'm obviously on Kyou's side in this, and I'm like, okay, just, like, I understand that you like him. I understand that she feels so much. She feels so much, but it doesn't give you the right to just, you know, do whatever you want with him, because you love him so much. Like, there's so many moments that are just, like, really uncomfortable. Like she is kind of stuck in this childhood phase. Like, for her, she knew him as a child, she loved him as a child, and she still does. And he kind of, you know, grew out of that, or, like, you know, became someone else that is not there anymore, and she isn't able to let that go. You know, she's just like, and she's acting like a child, and she, you know, she treats him kind of like a child, like both of them like a child. Like, the whole idea of marriage it's like so childish. It's so like, you know, I'm going to, like, it doesn't even matter that I walk into the shower with you and sleep in your, you know, sleep together with you, because there's something about her that's so kind of like naive about it, you know, like so childish. I mean, for the most part, I love, you know, the characters, and I love what Natsu Takaya is her name, the author. Close enough. Natsuki Takaya, I'm pretty sure. What the character work that she did here, mostly for the main people, and you know, yeah. So there's definitely like going to be a lot of development for people, but it's also not only that. It's not just here as a way for us to see how much he will grow eventually, you know, because as it is right now, it's kind of depicted like, oh, it's not that bad, you know, or something, or it is kind of bad, but it's kind of funny too, or something like that. Pretty cute. Anyway, and like the fact that Shigure and Yuki are totally fine with it. I mean, obviously it shows us that it's happening all the time. I mean, every time Kagura sees it, that's how she reacts, and they're used to it, and they don't really care that much either. Like, it's wow. Like, it's just sad to think about the whole situation, you know, of Kyou being so alone and so desperate. So now we're going to have this episode, like next time it's gonna be the episode where she leaves, and I do like this storyline. So I hope you guys enjoy this reaction, and I will see you in the next one. Special thanks to my top Patreons, Redding Tier, Andy Plays All Night, Stone Tree, Terranor, and Michael Gabriel, and to the rest of my amazing Patreons, who without their support I would never be able to keep on doing this. Thank you so much.